We've been going through the parables of Jesus this year, and I want to invite Tim to come up and join me. There he is. So Tim knows the drill. He's done this. Let's give him a hand. See if you can get it in 3. Well, if you don't, Curtis knows what to do. So
Cutting me off.
You're ready to go. I'll get out of your way.
All right. Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? All right. So the way we're talking about Thanksgiving meals. We're going to talk about a great feast that Jesus attended. To set the story a little bit ahead of time, there's a little bit of tension with this meal. He sat down with some Pharisees and was talking about how they invited the wrong people to this meal, how they took the wrong positions, and they took it a little bit offensive. So the tension at this point was pretty thick. You could almost cut it with a knife. One of the guests at this meal happened to say, "Wouldn't it be great to sit at a banquet in the halls with God?" Jesus said, "Hey, look, this is an opportunity to teach something." So he went on a parable about a master who set up a great banquet. This banquet, he invited some people. One of them declined because he had to go test out ox he just bought. Another one had to go look at a field. Another one just got married. Flimsy excuses, because you want to test these things before you buy them. The master knew this. So this master in the parable is actually God. So he talks to his servant and says, "Hey, go and get all of the people that are sick, depressed, broken, and bring them in for this meal." He's like, "It's already done, boss." He goes, "Well, I want you to go out to the fields. I want you to go out to the roadways. I want you to find everybody else. I want this house full, because the people who I invited to begin with won't taste this meal." So people sit there and say, "Well, what's this have to do with anything?" You look at who these people are. The master is, of course, God. You look at the people he invited. Those are the Pharisees. These are the people that sit there and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do your work. I'm going to be your boy. But the thing is, when you call on me, am I going to receive that call, or am I more important than what you want me to do?" Everybody else out in the fields, those are the Gentiles. Those are everybody else who may not know what the word is and had not been given any type of news to say, "Hey, look, you can be redeemed." So with that being said, when you start looking at how awesome it would be in times of getting together, what would you do in order to sit at a table with Jesus? What would you give? Are you willing to humble yourself enough to listen to what God wants you to do in order to partake in that meal? And that's the question I'm going to leave you with.
We give Tim another round of applause here. That was fantastic. You know, I love the fact, and we didn't plan this ahead of time, but it's amazing how the Lord works things together. You know, we've been reading in the book of Luke in our reading plan, the parables of Jesus, and we've been shifting into a meaty section of the book of Luke, where Luke kind of shows Jesus over and over again, taking things that the culture accepted as normal and saying, "Hey, that's not the way it is in the kingdom," through the parables that he was telling. And it's so amazing because we just so happen to be working through the book of Acts as a church on Sundays here. We've been talking about how we're called to daily be in the Word, daily be together, daily be dedicated to God's purposes. And the same author writes both books, and for the same purpose, to draw us not into a situation where, again, it's all about us, but it's about Him. It's about Him over and over again. I love that, and thank you so much, Tim, for sharing that with us. Can we give him one more round of applause? Because it's not easy getting up here sometimes.